What's good, people? MindOfReese back, another video, man. Clippers and Suns game just ended about a few minutes ago. Clippers hang on to extend the series, at least one more game. Hang on to get a 116-102 victory over the Phoenix Suns. Really good game. Obviously didn't come down to the wire, but throughout most of the game, the Phoenix Suns made sure to keep it close. The Clippers had a nice lead. Phoenix ended up coming back, but towards the end, the Clippers powered through behind a 41-point performance from Paul George, PG-13, on 75% shooting, putting up 13 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Stat sheet stuffer from Paul George, man. A career playoff high for him in an elimination game. Obviously, you're not going to see Pandemic P trending on Twitter tonight. Hopefully, I know anytime Paul George plays bad, we're going to see the Pandemic P and, playoff P trending tweets. But hopefully a performance like this can put that kind of stuff to bed for a while, because the way Paul George has stepped up in the absence of Kawhi Leonard, and in this game, also the absence of Zubac, has been tremendous. He said he was going to get in Indiana mode. It didn't backfire on him because he has gone through on his word to get back in his mode from Indiana when he was the first option. And what we're saying is that Paul George works better, most likely as a first option, as opposed to a second option when he's not getting maybe as many touches, or he's not looked at for the offense to run through. But even with a monster performance from Paul George, man, he didn't do it on his own. Reggie, I'm about to get me a bag Jackson, bro. I don't know who this dude is. I don't know where this dude came from. But Reggie Jackson has been hooping the entire playoffs. From round 1 till now, we have seen a different Reggie Jackson. You can't even say the old Reggie Jackson, because he wasn't putting up performances like this, man. 23 points from him on efficient shooting. I don't even know exactly what the percentages is, so I'm not going to just throw a number out there. But efficient game from him. They definitely needed it. Marcus Morris with 22 points as well. Reggie Jackson has really been, the number 2, so to speak, that Paul George has needed in the absence of Kawhi Leonard. It's almost parallel. Like Dennis Schroeder was in LA fumbling the bag. He's a free agent this upcoming offseason, talking about how much money he wanted, and people looking at him like, boy, you crazy. And Reggie Jackson saw Dennis Schroeder fumble the bag, looked at him and said,
wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.
But the Phoenix Suns didn't just fold, man. 31-point performance from Devin Booker. Him and PG were dueling for most of the night. Fantastic duel between two great stars. Devin Booker on the rise to be a superstar. Paul George trying to prove that he can still be one. Paul George had the better game, but Devin Booker's game is nothing to scoff at, bro. He didn't shoot as efficient as Paul George, but still putting up 31 points. Chris Paul put up 22 points. They probably needed a better game from DeAndre Ayton. When DeAndre Ayton is hooping, this team is almost unstoppable. They can beat anybody. Didn't really get that tonight, most likely the performance they were looking for, but we're heading into LA for game 6. It's crucial. Being down 3-1, the Clippers, we've seen it all series. I mean, not all series, but all playoffs. When their backs are against the wall, they are dangerous, and this team puts up a fight. They will not die. They will not back down. I'm pretty sure we're going to see the same kind of performance from the Clippers, especially on their home floor. The Clippers fans don't really give me that energetic feel that will boost the team up, but who knows? Maybe them being down, needing one more game to go game 7. Maybe we'll get that from LA when the Clippers go back home to play game 6 against the Suns. But when a team is down 3-1, you got to take it one game at a time. Clippers got the win on the Suns' home floor tonight. Should be easier in hindsight. In retrospect, it should be easier for the Clippers going home and winning the game, but you never know with the way these playoffs has gone. But once you get that game 7, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. It doesn't matter whose home floor it is. Anything can happen. I'm pretty sure that's what the Clippers are hoping for. And how ironic would it be for the Clippers to get to their first NBA Finals by recovering from a 3-1 lead. We saw them lose a 3-1 lead last year to the Nuggets. We've seen them lose a 3-1 lead to the Houston Rockets back when it was Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan and Jamal Crawford and Doc Rivers as the coach. How poetic would it be for them to come back from a 3-1 lead behind Paul George? No Kawhi, just Paul George. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. I'm a huge Chris Paul fan. It will be heartbreaking. I want Chris Paul to win his championship this year, and I feel like this is the year probably the most likely to happen. I feel like if he doesn't get it this year, it's probably not going to happen, man. This is his best chance. The Lakers are going to come back strong next year. Brooklyn's going to be in full force next year. This season is kind of an anomaly as far as the playoffs go. I'm not sure if the Phoenix Suns will be able to get back in this position as long as Chris Paul's on the team anytime soon. So hopefully the Suns can close it out in the next game. Don't want to risk a game 7, but if they have to close it out in 7, I'm down for that as well. Always love a good game 7. I'm a basketball fan first. But like I said, fantastic game we saw tonight. Hopefully the pandemic P and playoff P things can be put to bed for a while, if not forever. Not going to be forever, but here's the wishful thinking. But anyway, just a quick recap, man. You know I don't do these real long. Just a quick recap over certain games. This one was fun to talk about simply because of Paul George's performance. But tomorrow night we got the Milwaukee Bucks and the Atlanta Hawks. Milwaukee is up 2-1. Maybe they'll extend it to a 3-1 lead. I got the Bucks in 5. My prediction is still likely to happen. So might do a recap for that game depending on how it goes. But till then, I'm going to see y'all. Peace.